Welcome back. It is I, Sage Tulok. Come, let's speak of the past. Shad pulled a skeleton from the worm carcass, and with it came a warhammer. After finding this, we moved back to the processional hallway, and we saw the ghost of Otari again. Deciding to go a different direction, we opened up the last two doors, and there we saw multiple depictions of Absalom being destroyed by different perils. We moved through the rooms slowly, trying not to get hit by the traps as we disarmed them. At the end of the hall, we found a door, and within was a web-covered room with a web lurker. Using comprehend language, I tried to win its favor by presenting it with a trophy and shining its claws. Lady Gilda joined in on the charade until I was tied up in a web lurker's noose. Combat began and more spiders came from above. I somehow managed to raise the dead to fight with the party. Fighting continued until I brought a stone down upon the face of the prone web lurker. And that's where we'll pick up this week.
Hello there, listeners, and welcome to episode number 27 of Stemming the Tide. Hell of a session we had last time. I was reviewing my notes and I was thinking about it, and it really blew my mind, that last move when Tulok pulled that corpse out of the ground.
Yeah. I remember your face on the camera. You're like,
yeah,
what the
right?
fuck?
Creepy boy.
Yeah.
And that undead horror and reviewing my notes and the combination of those two things reminded me of a lot of music that I used to listen to. So when I was making lunch today, I did something I don't normally do, and that is listen to music. So I used to be really into horror punk, and I still really enjoy it. I just, like I said, I don't listen to a whole lot of music. So I found myself listening to Canada's own The Creep Show while I was making lunch. And I know they're not like technically gone and anything like that, but to me they kind of died after Jen Hellcat left the band. They're a London psychobilly band, but I started to go down this like Canadiana playlist I had of like bands that I love that don't really seem to exist anymore. The Kitty was a big one. I spent a lot of time in London, and both Creep Show and Kitty are from London.
This is London on Terrible, right?
London on Terrible, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So they don't really seem to exist anymore, even though they still do technically exist and the band members are around, but they're on record as like not producing any more albums. One of the band members passed away a few years ago, and things have been kind of rocky since then. But it also led me to this band that I used to, and I mean, I still do really love, and they're called The Weeknd. And I don't think anybody's heard of this band before. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, James, I've heard of The Weeknd. And I would say to you, you're fucking wrong. The Weeknd I'm talking about is from 1998. And they're also from London, Ontario. And they only have 3 studio albums, only one of which is any good. And it's called Beatbox My Heart. They're like this really hardcore pop band, like pop punk band from the early 2000s. And their big break was in 2004 when they were featured on this spy parody romance, like rom-com, called Debs.
Okay.
And it's one of my favorite movies of my childhood. It's Debs and Josie and the Pussycats. Those are 2 of my really old school feel-good movies.
Hilarious.
But it got me wondering, are there any Canadian bands that you guys love that aren't really around anymore that you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah.
I mean, big shout out to Andrea Wassi if she's listening to this, which she definitely isn't, but you still have fans out there.
Yeah. Before I answer, I want to know if that band of The Weeknd spelled it with all the E's intact, because the one that's is missing. The one that's known now is missing one. It drives me crazy.
Oh, are they missing?
Yeah,
an
I
E?
think they get rid of the E and end for some reason. Yeah, it's gone, and it's just like irks
Probably
me.
because there was already a band called
Yeah,
The
I guess
Weeknd
so.
when they started out. Because they're from the early 2000s, but The Weeknd started The Weeknd, Canada's own The Weeknd, started in '98.
Well, I think the other Weekend is Canadian as well, though.
True.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So
Well, then fuck everything about them. Their music's not good. Their naming
Stolen.
convention is stolen.
One band comes to mind, particularly one that is not around anymore, and they were an East Coast band. I think Duncan will know them. I don't know if you will, James. Scott, I doubt. They were called Ermine.
Nope.
And they were like this prog rock, really, really intense, like prog rock band, and they're one of my favorites. They only released 2 albums, and they were just like local dudes. I think Chuck Teed was in the band. Dunk, you probably know Chuck Teed.
Yep.
And Mike Bellier's cousin, Mike Bellier, was also in the band.
No.
Yeah, and I think they were based maybe out of Nova Scotia or New Brunswick, but they were just really, really good prog rock stuff. And you can still find their stuff on YouTube, and I think even on Spotify. They're just called Ermine, and so if you like that kind of music, like they're wickedly good albums, like astonishingly good.
Can you define prog rock for us? Like Portishead? Kind of
No,
prog rock,
Portishead's more
or-
trip hop. Prog rock, like think more like Mogwai. If you're familiar with Mogwai or Porcupine Tree, just like
It
songs
sounds like
that
a bunch of words.
Yeah, right.
They're just like songs that are just like that maybe like slow burn songs that kind of build and go for a good length usually, and sometimes not a whole lot of lyrics, sometimes plenty. I don't know, it's kind of hard to describe. I'm not like mad into the genre, but I do really, really like it. I'm not like well versed, I should say, but I really, really do like it. And they're akin to Winter Sleep, who's still around. They're still one of my favorite bands, and they were from Nova Scotia. I think they're based out of Toronto now, and they're still doing new music and are featured on the radio quite a bit. But some of Winter Sleep's old stuff was very prog rocky. And it's a little more mainstream now, but still pretty solid. But those are those 2 in particular are what come to mind for me.
What about you, Duncan? You got any bands you'd like to bring back?
For sure, another East Coast band, which actually they're probably all going to be East Coast bands. The Tom Fun Orchestra, which was real big, kind of rotating cast of characters a lot of times. Ed Carmen Townsend, a pretty popular Canadian singer-songwriter on there for a while, and a few other kind of locally famous names. But they just had this kind of big, chaotic band energy and put on a hell of a rock show with it. You'd have 10 or 12 people all packed on a tiny stage in a bar in Fredericton, New Brunswick, and just having the time of your life with them.
Yeah, just like they'd be so packed and
Nice.
so tight, but just rocking out and doing awesome music.
Cool. What about you, Scott? I mean, we need something to appeal to a younger audience here, so I'm entrusting that demographic to you. You seem to be the hip one of the 4 of
Bring
us.
back LMFAO.
I don't think that my answer is going to do any of that, because I was going to say the first show I ever saw live was the Canadian pop, I guess you'd say pop punk band Gob.
Oh
Gob.
yeah, love Gob. Big Gob.
Yeah,
fan.
Gob was great back in the day. So
I think they're still around.
I'm actually looking right now. They put out their last album in 2014.
Oh wow. Okay. Like I would have stopped seeing them once every couple of months because they played Call the Office all the time. So I would have stopped seeing them around like 2011. But they played like 4 or 5 times a year in London. Like it was wild.
I saw them, like, I mean, it had to be in the late 90s or really early 2000s. It was the first show I ever went to. It was at a bar, but it was during the day. So,
weird.
I was
wow.
underage. And yeah, that was great. And then my next one was actually the next band that I saw live, and it's Finger 11.
Ooh.
And they are great.
Are they still around?
They are still around, I think, but their music sucks now. It's so bad.
Yeah, it looks like they put out an album in 2011 was the last time.
Oh, was it?
2015, my apologies.
Early Finger 11 was I lived and breathed that shit as a teenager.
Yeah.
Can you guys give me a Finger 11 song? I can't. I know the name, and I'm pretty sure they used to be called the Rainbow Butt
Yes,
Monkeys,
they
but I
did,
couldn't tell you a song to save my
Yeah,
life.
they did.
I think some of their big ones were like First Time, Drag You Down.
Yeah. Those are the early ones. They were really big. And then One Thing was a really like popular radio one from their third album. That it's like way softer, and it was a little more accessible, I guess.
And that's the only song that they play on the radio. And they still play it to this day. And it's super annoying because it's you have a catalog of fucking great harder rock.
Yeah, really good hard rock, yeah.
And then they play this fucking dog shit. Because if you don't know, listeners, when you're in Canada, the radio stations have to play a certain amount of Canadian content. And that means a lot of time they get latched onto radio appropriate music like that song when they have a whole catalog of good shit they can play.
Oh, yeah. Radio's never going to have fun, you know? They're never going to risk it, probably for advertisers' sake.
Yeah, I actually believe that broadcasting standard conforms to all Canadian-based media. So, like, even Canadian TV shows have to air a certain amount of Canadian content, like content made in Canada. And that's why we have so many like animation studios in Vancouver and Toronto. And it's not a small proportion, listeners. I think it's like 30 or 40%.
Yeah, I thought it was 30 off the top of my head.
Yeah, awesome. So we've got Ermine. We've got Gob. We've got whatever Duncan said.
The Tom Fun Orchestra. That's so good.
The Tom Fun Orchestra. And we have The Weeknd. So those are your 4 listening recommendations for the weekend, or for the next week. But now that we've brought some of our most famous memories back from the dead, I guess we should deal with whatever Tulok has brought back from the dead.
Oh my God.
Look at this. He did it, folks.
He broke the streak of awful segues.
You've been sitting on that all week or what?
Nope, it was like an hour. That's the only segue I've ever pre-planned. So,
oh man, yeah.
Just imagine you waking up in the middle of the night, like, oh my God, I've got it.
And imagine it's the only one you ever pre-planned. It's the only one we've ever done that worked. We should probably start pre-planning these.
You gotta take some notes from that.
This is the first time I've ever run the intro.
Yeah. Well, you're not wrong. We should deal with the situation because I have not closed initiative on this, and I think it was per James' request off mic. Actually, he's
yeah.
Gilda does not know what the hell this is. I don't know if Tulok knows what the hell this is, but we need to deal with the situation. So what I recall is that Tulok went last because it was between him and his new creation that downed this web lurker, which puts us to Shad next in the order. And Shad is still under the effects of the Dream Spider venom. We are in round 3, and the venom lasts for a total of 4 rounds. So I'm reasonably sure he's still got 2 strokes left on this unless he saves. James, I think it's probably your turn to control Shad.
That would add up.
So let us quickly have you roll a fortitude save for him, please.
Sure. This would have been handy when I was prepping for this week that I was doing this.
He's not a complicated stat block.
I'm hungover and happy you're doing it.
That is a 10 on the die, that fortitude save.
Okay, he is going to fail and take 2 poison damage and remains stupefied. And it's his turn, so he can act if you want him to.
I just have to quickly look up the stupefied condition here.
It basically affects his non-physical traits, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it does. It looks like it's a minus the value to int wiz charisma.
Yes. So like will saves and stuff are attached to that, and casting
spells. So
it's not too bad for him.
I think based on his. Oh my God, where is everything? This is a different stat block, listeners.
It is, yeah.
Shad, based on his perception bonus here, which is a +7 even with the stupefied condition, I think he would have noticed that this creature probably wasn't attacking us per se and was aiding us in the combat. So I think he's going to spend his actions to just delay, and we'll see if anything comes of it.
Okay. In that case, it brings us to Lady Gilda.
Okay, Lady Gilda is a little bit less conflicted about the undead, so I think she is going to use her first action to step up, roll a recall knowledge on this creature, because she would also have identified that this thing was kind of assisting us.
Yes. You know that this is called a festrog. They are spawned from corpses who died of illness or starvation, twisted by negative energy. Is there anything particular you would like to know?
I guess she wants to confirm that it is. I mean, It's pretty obvious that this thing's undead just by the image of it. Does it? It looks similar to that.
Oh, you definitely know it's undead.
Would she know a level of intelligence?
You would know it's quite low, and I'm going to roll you a free sense motive here as well. You would know that it's for an undead, it's the type of undead that would not normally be mindless, so it would have a reasonable amount of intelligence, but it appears to be less independent than you would expect by its like stance and the way it's observing its surroundings. It like focused on bringing that web lurker down, and now seems to be focusing on absolutely nothing at all, not even you. So it's as if it's not of its own mind, perhaps.
Okay. With her third action, not necessarily opposed to the undead, she will raise her shield.
And that brings us to Physic.
Well, Physic will have noticed the palpable lull in the action here. And just kind of, he'll draw an elixir of life, and just kind of like elbow Shad with it. Say,
okay.
Here, take this.
Okay. You want to just administer that to him?
Yep. So 1 action to draw, 1 action to administer. I'm not sure if I hit the button or if I'm just waiting for it to roll right now.
I don't see it. There we go.
Oh, full 6 HP back.
Nice.
Plus, it's that +1 item bonus to saving throws against poison and disease for 10 minutes.
Thank you.
Do it in Shad's voice.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Physic. He's got the rapier at the ready. He's like turning his head to the side a little bit, mouth open all awkwardly. Physic pours it in. He slouches down just a little bit just so he can reach.
A spoonful of sugar.
Sipping it. Okay, and that's going to be you, Physic.
No, 1 action to draw, 1 action to administer, and then not really knowing what's going on with that shambling corpse over there, he will draw a ghost charge.
Okay, Tulok.
So you may remember from last session when Tulok cast a spell, his second pupil fogged over into white. And so he's standing there observing the battlefield now, and you can kind of see his eyes are wide with a mixture of, I guess, fear and confusion, because he cast the spell, but it was kind of presented to him in his mind, and he'd never done it before and didn't know he could do this. So he will not sustain the spell. So as he's looking, the corpse just falls to the ground as his second pupil comes back from white and turns into blue, the bright piercing blue that it usually is. And he's looking down at his hands and looks up and looks at his party members and steps forward towards Lady Gilda beside her. And he's just looking at the corpse and he says, I did this. I made this. What have I become? This is like the necromancy upstairs in the cathedral, and I've done this. I don't understand what's going on. I don't know where this came from.
Tulok, it's all right. This one has been dead for ages. You couldn't have been responsible for the death of this thing. This Festrog, it's been around for a long, long time. Way longer than the week or so you've been investigating the Gauntlet here.
But I brought it to life, and I controlled it and told it to attack that creature. And he's looking down at his hands, and they're shaking. And he's just kind of lightly hyperventilating and just panicked at what's happening.
Physic will have walked over to the corpse and is just kind of like poking at it a little and look over like, this thing might have been moving, but I don't think you brought it to life.
I don't know. I don't understand what's going on with me, but there's no other explanation. It listened to me, it knew what I was thinking, and I told it to attack. And I don't even know where those words came from.
And you're sure that you did this, that you brought this corpse to our aid?
I did. I know I did. I don't know how, but I know I did. I can feel it.
I've got a very important question for you here, Tulok. The answer is really going to matter because it's going to depend on whether or not we can continue this together. When you brought this creature back, did it fight you? Was there any sort of resistance coming from its mind? anything to indicate that there was a presence still there?
No. No, there was nothing. It was as if I was giving commands to an automaton or something of the like. I didn't feel a soul. I didn't feel anything. But I don't know, Lady Gilda. It was strange, and I don't understand.
By the nature of my character, I have to sense motive, and I have to double check that she believes that Tulok is telling the truth here.
Okay. That's a secret check, so I'll roll it up. But I also want you to roll me an open religion check.
That is a 4 on the die for a 9.
Oh boy. Okay. You're probably so caught up in this moment that you're not really able to focus on what it is you know about, maybe you know very little about what it is to create or animate dead. So I don't think you don't think Tulok's lying per se, but you're unsure if he knows he's speaking the truth. Like, he says he felt none, but you think you might have reason to suspect he's just trying to cover because he's not sure, actually, because it was all heat of the moment, and his mind probably was not focused and clear on focusing on that, and that's what you would suspect.
Yeah, that's what I did suspect, and that's why I rolled the sense motive. So it's just kind of reaffirming to her that this Tulok's shaken. Like, is that a fair assessment here, Scott?
Oh yeah, big time.
So, she believes that he believes that, and it's clear from the creature's actions that it did aid us. So this is something they'll need to pick up eventually. Do we need to take you back to Otari there, Tulok? Do we need to go see Rin and ask her about this? She seems knowledgeable in these things, but you and Physic, you're our occult specialists here. Do you know anything about this here, Physic? Is this occult? Is this some sort of dangerous, bordering on the necromantic arcane? Is this some weird divinity that has possibly escaping me? Where does this kind of power come from, boys?
And Physic looks to the heavens as if wanting an answer to whether he can roll occult on this.
Yes, he can. Yeah.
23.
You suspect that what happened here could be tied up in the occult as much as it could be tied up in the arcane or the divine. It is wholly not primal, though. So knowing that, probably having a slight idea that Tulok's powers are very occultish, you would lean towards that. But it's not necessarily not tied up with the others.
This seems like something I would have read out in those occult books I read, but it's hard to say if this is purely something coming from the occult.
Tulok, why don't you roll me your own as well?
Copy that. Is a 19 for you, sir.
Oh, nice. With the pressure on of this conversation, you feel to yourself that what you did was not a creation. It was an animation. And that is a very distinct difference. And it might put your mind at ease to know that you didn't create an undead, because that would affect a soul, and you feel like there was no soul. You said that already. That what you did was animate a body like you would animate an object with magic. And so maybe that's something in your holster to put out.
So Tulok is looking down at his hands, and you can just see the very faint glow of purple wisps of magical energy just radiating out from his hands as he's staring at them, and they're shaking. And he looks everyone in the eye with his one pupil that you can see, and he says, I don't think this was an evil action. I believe I animated a corpse that already existed here. I don't think I've brought anything back from the dead. But I truly don't know what my powers are doing now. And if you don't want to continue with me, I understand. If you're not comfortable with the powers that are running through me, I understand. But perhaps this power will help us in our quest, and we may use it to our advantage. And he looks down again.
Shad speaks up, but before he gets it out, I want another fortitude save. a last
Just
tick
sitting over there,
poison.
poisoned away.
Yeah,
That is a 20.
20, perfect. Yeah, he's unaffected by the last round. He sort of steels himself. He says, I believe I have to trust you, Master Tulak. I've signed on for this, so I will continue. I'll trust you. But I suppose if it puts anyone at comfort, I will keep my eye out for anything going sour regarding this. As best I can, anyway.
Thank you,
Onward
Shad.
and upward and so forth.
Indeed.
That's why we keep you around here, buddy.
He brandishes his rapier.
Vomits on his boots.
With a flash of cold steel and a
I'm so sorry.
spew of...
Tulak, you did some polishing earlier with that guy's claws. Could you clean my boots?
I don't think that's appropriate now, Shad.
Kidding. I'm just joshing you. I'm just joshing.
Tulak does reach over and pick up the bloodstone from the table, eyes it, and then puts it back in his bag of holding.
And it's then when you do that, you start to notice a little bit more about the this glowing city underneath this a bunch of webbing all over this table. You can see it a bit closer now, without the the strain of dealing with this web lurker.
Yeah, so we determined that it was an old map, essentially, of Absalom.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that we can ascertain from this other than just what we figure this is a battle planning room, and that's the conclusion we came to?
Yeah, battle planning room. I believe it was James who called the dioramas as different ways of attacking or bringing down Absalom or some such.
Got the hero point to prove it.
Yeah.
And it was Absalom from 500 years ago.
Yes, yeah. Very much from Belcora's time.
I think that Tulak, has been shaken and looking down at his hands and back and forth to his colleagues and the corpse on the ground. I think he's going to try to rip himself out of this kind of haze, and he averts his eyes from the corpse and is just going to put his mind onto something else, and he just starts searching the room, seeing if there's any trap doors or secret doors or cabinets or anything.
Sure.
As he's kind of rummaging around, Gilda wants to put a hand on his shoulder. I trust you. You need to know that. But the next time you bring one of these, I would appreciate it. It would mean a lot to me if you would keep it around for a second to see if we can ask it any questions. I trust that it's animation as opposed to creation, and that is a huge difference. But also, I am a paladin of Aurori, and if you want help stealing your mind, maybe I can teach you some meditation techniques. His tenets are strength in mind and strength in body, and we'll get you through this.
One of the odd things about Aurori as a god, especially for a paladin or a champion, I think, is that he represents that discipline, that mastery of discipline, and focuses on it above evil and good. Like, he does not really consider evil and good very much at all. It's not really in his scope, or he just doesn't pay attention to it. It's more about the self-discipline and self-perfection. So the good and evil things come from being a champion and come from Gilda's own perspective. But the god itself, it is neither here nor there when it comes to it.
Tulak turns to Lady Gilda and says, "Thank you. It's actually comforting to me. I could use some help stealing my resolve. I don't know where that power came from. I felt it. I felt the words spoken in my mind, and I felt like some sort of conduit. I trust myself less than I trust the monster, because it was doing what I said, but I didn't seem to be acting out of my own volition. It was like there was something inside me. So please keep your eye on me, just to be sure." And he casts his gaze down.
Next time we rest, I'll teach you the starts of my perfected mind. It's a skill given to the followers of Aurori. Mechanically, this is a focus spell, and it's cleric and divine, but I feel like roleplay wise it would be appropriate where you meditate to remove distractions upon your mind is the first line of the text. So I don't know if you can actually learn that focus spell, but she's going to attempt to at least teach it to you.
And you know it through a feat, is that right?
Well, yeah, sort of. This is
or is it through Aurori? Because it's a cleric spell, but you have it through the belief of your study of Aurori or something.
Yeah, it's my devotion spell, I think.
Right.
Yeah, it's my devotion spell.
What was it called? Sorry.
It's called Perfect Mind.
Perfected Mind.
Mechanically, you can't learn it, but
Yeah.
she has this ability that she can use that I've never used. But it seems like it might. At least the technique behind it might help Tulok steady his mind.
Right.
Totally.
Yeah.
Exactly.
As you are searching around the room, Tulok, for hidden doors and stuff, show me the path you take. But also, Shad starts looking around as well. I think he kind of admires the table and the illusory Absalom on it. And then when he steps away, he notices an unusual clump of webbing stuck underneath the table. So he reaches under and starts to pull some of it away and pulls out a bundle that's been sort of webbed up underneath, hidden away.
Hey, good old Shad. Keeping a lookout.
Well, just thought I'd follow the lead of Master Tulok there, and he looked at the walls, and I thought I'd look here, and it's a little bit of something.
He will check for traps before he opens it.
Sure.
Smart.
Doesn't seem to be anything present.
Gilda will raise her shields, taking the defend action, and Shad, I guess, opens it.
Rips it open and sees there are a couple of shiny things inside, which is very apt for the web lurker's want for things polished, I guess. And there is a necklace, a pendant, and 5 crossbow bolts inside, but they have a particular shine to them.
Somebody's gonna want those.
Can Shad do an engineering lore on the crossbow bolts?
He eyes them up and down for their make, but does not see anything out of the ordinary as far as construction goes.
Could physic do crafting?
It's the same boat for you. These are all going to be magical checks.
All right. Well, who wants to go ahead and do that?
Up to you guys. My magic isn't hot. My best is a +5 religion, so I can aid you guys with my cooperative nature, but that's really about it.
Yeah, Physic, you're a +9?
Religion's +6, occultism +8.
Oh, okay, I'm 8 as well. Okay, Tulok will just reach over and he sees an unusual necklace in his hand and he's going to make an occultism check on it. If anyone would like to aid.
I do not aid.
Can you double aid?
I got a nat 20 on it. It's all good.
Oh, buddy.
Nat 20. Necklace, you said, right? Not the pendant?
I think necklace.
Yep, this is a necklace of fireballs.
Oh hell yeah.
Shit.
It's the lowest one, so necklace of fireballs 1. It's a string of beads that appears to be a hemp string with lustrous red beads of various sizes hanging from it. When activated, it briefly appears in its true form, a golden chain with golden spheres attached by fine threads. The necklace has 66 and 2 4d6 beads with a reflex save of DC 21. When all the beads are gone, the necklace becomes a non-magical hemp string.
Like a candy necklace.
When you activate it, you detach one of the spheres, causing it to glow an orange light. After you activate it, you or anyone else hurls it, and it explodes in a big fireball.
Nice, so 3 charges on it, basically. Tulok holds it and says, I have read about this before. It's a necklace that allows you to cast spells. Fireballs, I believe, for this particular necklace. If you don't mind, gentlemen, I would like to hold on to this. I've been quite curious to see one in person. We can roll, though. Obviously.
That was in character when you said gentlemen.
Oh, my apologies, my apologies.
Shad just cocks an eyebrow to Physic.
It's all yours, buddy.
You're welcome to it, Physic. If I'm far enough away to be throwing an explosion, I am too far from the battle already.
Tulok. God, we're all fucked up. Okay.
Yeah.
So no one else wants it. I'm going to go ahead and toss that in my inventory.
Okay, Tulak's taking that. The pendant is. I should have described these a little bit more. The pendant itself is a silver-bound opal pendant, and is very iridescent.
Oh, I might want this one, boys.
She'll be the belle of the ball.
I will roll on the pendant.
I will attempt to aid.
I'm rolling religion.
I aid using join pass.
Okay, I got a 25.
Ooh.
Yeah, sweet. Yep, this is what's called a mesmerizing opal.
Oh, it's not what I thought it was.
Yeah, it's a free action to activate. You envision with it, and basically you can attempt a deception check to feint, but you haven't rolled yet. Or sorry, that's the trigger. When you activate it, the outcome of your triggering deception check is a critical failure. You get a failure instead, so you can kind of reduce the negative effects there. Or if the outcome is success, you get a critical success instead, so you can increase it as well. Not really a feint using party, but
Well, we could give it to Shad.
I was just going to say
be a
that.
Shad,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think that's a Shad item if you guys are okay with it.
Oh, yeah.
cool.
He's earned it.
Tulak passes the ammunition to Physic. These might come in handy for you if you can tell what they are. And I would like to attempt to aid if he's doing a check on it.
Yep, I'll do an occultism on it.
And I aid.
Sweet. I got an 18, so 19 with the aid.
Yep. It is known as shining ammunition, or these are shining bolts. They give off a faint glow, and then when shot, they shed bright light for a 20-foot radius for 10 minutes. If it hits a target, it sticks, causing the target to shed light in the same radius. A creature can remove the ammunition with an interact action, but the ammunition itself continues to glow for the rest of the duration or until destroyed.
Cool.
Okay.
Well, these things could be pretty useful down in the...
Yeah, pretty useful in the fight against the Morlocks.
I was just going to say that, yeah. Cool. I mean, it's all yours, Physic, unless you want to give it to Shad, but I think you're better off with him. Especially as we move further and further underground, we're going to encounter more and more light-sensitive creatures, I would imagine.
You'd think.
I mean, I'll usually take something shiny, but these can actually come in useful down here in the dark.
And you're going to get a GM-friendly reminder here that I'm pretty sure you still have something in your inventory that hasn't been identified. I think.
We tried when we woke up this morning, I think.
Oh, did you?
I believe we've just been trying every morning. The other unusual pendant. I mean, I'll fucking roll on it again if you want. Or if you'll allow it.
Yeah, let's go for it. Yeah, let's just get out of the way if we can. I don't mind.
I aid.
I critically
It's been a few
fail.
episodes at least. No. Never mind.
It's up to you and Shad.
Yep, okay, was that a crafting?
This one is also a magic one.
Okay, occultism it is.
Shad does not aid.
21.
Tulak aids.
22.
21. 2 luck aids. What is the DC for this? Used occultism?
Yep.
Perfect, because it's actually got a lower DC for occultism, because this is a pendant of the occult.
A little on the nose.
It is hollow and shaped in the form of an unblinking eye. Its cavity typically holds some fragment of occult text. And while wearing it, you get a +1 item bonus to occultism checks, and you can cast the guidance cantrip as an occult innate spell.
This was tailor-made for you, Physic.
I guess so.
Well, you're our party buff, so...
Well, doesn't Tulak have 8 in occultism as well?
Oh yeah, I mean Tulak is very occultism forwards, but you just happen to have lots in the skill category as well.
Yeah, and I assumed he already has the guidance cantrip, which is the big addition.
I don't think he does, because it's actually a divine cantrip, so I think this is one of those things that makes it
Yeah,
crossover.
I do not.
Oh, okay, then you guys... I'll shut my fucking mouth.
Physic would probably see it and know what it is and turn to Tulak saying, like,
This might help with understanding more of your powers. They say this is a pendant of the occult. It might help you understand more.
And Tulak actually kind of feels drawn to it, and he reaches out, clasps it in his hand, and thank you, Physic. I hope that something can bring me answers today. I feel quite lost right now. And he pulls it back, and it starts to inspect it.
And then quietly, where Lady Gilda can't necessarily hear, he'll just be like,
I thought it looked pretty cool anyways.
I think Gilda's going to take the fear gem while we're opening up the party loot.
Okay. And guidance, for those who don't know, grants a +1 status bonus to one attack roll, perception check, saving throw, or skill check before the duration of it ends. I'm not 100% sure what the duration is there.
I think it's 1 minute.
Spell list, it might work. Yeah, 1 minute sounds about right. It's only a single action, and then as soon as you use it, it drops off as well. So, and it's but it's one of those regular use.
I believe there's a cooldown period on guidance.
Yeah, you're temporarily immune for an hour. So,
but yeah, that's awesome, especially for identifying these objects. You've already got a +1 guidance yourself for a +2, and then all of a sudden it's Tulok's got a +10 to his occult.
Yeah.
It's one of those great baseline support cleric cantrips. It's awesome.
And with his tentacular tentacles, he can just reach across the room and give it to Gilda.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
How are you feeling, Tulok? Do we need to head back to town and rest for a little while, or do you think we should follow that slime trail down the secret stairwell? I mean, it's probably a trap, but it's pretty clear that that's the way the spirit of Atari went.
It's worth noting, too, just throwing it out there, because we talked about how many ways you've discovered to go down a couple times now, and there's 4, but there's actually a 5th that we all forgot about. And there's that well where you found all the gear that the Osprey Club members had taken from them.
No, we didn't forget about it. It's just water, and I'm in armor. It's not an option.
Well, there was sloshing, but there was also that chorus of voices.
Yeah, we heard voices down there.
Not an option for somebody in armor.
Okay, no, okay, just throw it out there.
I don't think it's an option.
Yeah, we already did our Lord of the Rings joke. We can move on.
Yeah, unless we want to get a winch and winch someone down that well to make it safe, not going to happen.
I mean, Shad's pretty much dead anyway.
Yeah, he's looking kind of rough.
Tulok turns to Lady Gilda and says, I am feeling drawn downwards. Perhaps we should do some healing, get everyone back to full strength, and then we'll continue. We can return to Otari later.
All right, let's maybe we go through the booby trap room before we do our healing, just in case we didn't quite turn everything off correctly. If that's all right with you, gentlemen.
After you.
Tulok nods.
Defend. I would. I wonder if you can follow the leader with the defend action.
No. It's follow the expert, I think it is, and it has to be a skill action that you are expert
right.
in.
That's what
in
it is.
particular. Yeah.
Seems like a bit of an expert with that big fuck off shield over there, but okay.
It's not as big as it used to be, but yeah.
No.
Yeah, I went back and I got the sturdy shield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She makes her way down the hallway, followed closely by Mr. Nunder.
Tulok stands at the door and just pauses for a moment, looking back at the corpse. And then he turns to leave the room, and if anyone was looking, they would notice him bring his hands to his temples and kind of rub them while he grimaces slightly, indicating he has a bit of a headache, and continues on.
And Physic looks a little bit dejected that they weren't going to go back up, but he's going to follow anyways.
Well, you make your way through the diorama hallway unscathed.
Excellent. And then Gilda will lead the way back into that their skeleton room where they fought the giant minotaur skeleton.
Mm-hmm.
And Tulok is just avoiding notice as he's walking as well, staying low and head on a swivel.
Yeah, this is where I would recommend we heal up.
Atop the corpse of a dead minotaur?
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like it's on the table, so...
I guess it
still has the glaive and half plate laying there as well.
Yeah, which is something we should pick up.
Yeah, it'll be a slow trudge back, but...
You could always toss them in your bag of holding, I guess.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Well, that half plate really fills up that bag.
Yeah, it's not light.
It's already over half full now.
We could send Shad back to town with it.
We can do that later.
We might kind of need him if we get in that inevitable fight that will be in the first fucking room we go in.
Yeah, it turns out he's good too, you know?
I guess Physic's going to attempt a treat wounds on one Mr. Shad.
Yeah, so we'll spend an hour or half an hour, or however long we have left on the cooldown.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm down to 20 HP of 32, so I could use some healing.
Okay, did I heal you before we went into that last round?
If we wait here a half hour, the cooldown should be over. But, in that half hour, I will give you a lay on hands there, Tulok, for 12.
Oh, I'm good then.
Okay. And then I'll spend 10 minutes refocusing, and that'll bring us back to about where we need to be for you to treat wounds on Shad.
And rolling up a sweet crafting, that's a natural 1.
Okay.
Get any hero points?
Nice.
I do have a hero point.
I'll just lay on hands again.
Okay.
Okay, you gotta roll that damage you're gonna do to the Shad first, though.
Yeah.
8 damage.
Oh, God.
Whew.
It's like,
I'm so glad that elixir of life. hit him
physics.
for-
Usually you're better at this. I've seen you perform much better at the Osprey Club.
I'm rusty. A lot's been going on.
Okay, that is another 12 back to Shad.
He's marginally better than he was before.
So physical's just gonna give him another elixir of life.
Okay.
Fuck's sakes. 3 HP back from that.
Okay, he's 21 at 27, so that's close enough for me. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, it's manageable. He knew what he was getting into.
Suppose I don't have a say in the matter, do I?
I mean, you sure we don't want to be full? We're going down. I mean, the creatures are just going to be stronger, I think, metagaming-wise.
All right, I'll give him another 12. I'll lay on hands again.
So glad you have that feat.
And you're just gonna like refocus each time, get it back.
Yeah, so that'll be
Just calculating
10
the clock.
There's
Yeah.
30 minutes, give or take, total. 3 lay on hands. Be
All good.
30 minutes. It's a single action, then 10 minutes to refocus. So he should have that elixir of life on him, which I believe gives him a bump to some of his saves.
Yeah.
Obviously, I am going to take my defend action.
Mm-hmm.
I think Shad will probably avoid notice with you guys.
Yep.
Is it anyone want to scout? You guys haven't scouted in a while.
No, we haven't.
I'm assuming it's going to be dark down there.
The thing with stealthing is that, I mean, it will allow you to roll that for your initiative, but you're never going to go anywhere quiet with Lady Gilda and Chainmail, essentially. It's never going to happen.
I just always
Yeah.
imagine they're like 10 feet behind me.
Mhm.
So it looks like I'm alone. I would scout, but I really want that +2 to my AC every time.
Yeah.
It
Understandably.
has come in handy more often than I would like to admit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like rolling with that bonus to my initiative.
What is your guys' stealth?
My stealth is +8.
Is anybody an expert in stealth?
Nope.
No, just trained.
Okay. I think Shad is an expert, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah. What's his bonus?
+9.
Yeah, I don't think he is actually.
Okay.
He's only like CR2, so I don't think he's actually high enough to have pumped into expert.
Okay. Well, he will avoid notice then.
I guess if we're all moving that slowly, my stealth is only like a +3. And I can't scout ahead, but I might as well be doing something like searching the walls and stuff for hidden features as we go, since there's nothing else I can be doing.
Yeah, I mean, scouting, you don't necessarily have to be at the front of the party. As far as I know, there's nothing written in the rules that say that. So we've played it before where you don't have to be. Oh, you scout ahead and behind the group to watch danger. So
Yeah,
it's
behind,
like,
okay.
yeah, it's very loosey-goosey.
Okay, I'll scout then.
Yeah, there's also not investigate. Search was the one I was looking for.
All right, get yourselves in the hallway there and click the stair button.
Oh boy.
As you descend down and down and down this long staircase, it surely twists a couple times and turns, but you end up heading the same general down and north direction. And as you get closer to the bottom, with Gilda in the lead, she spots the end of the staircase, and it seems to split off into a left and right, east and west, 5-foot wide hallway. You step into the hallway, Gilda?
She does, yeah. Light emanating from the Wayfinder compass at her hip.
Cool. You see immediately ahead of you and slightly to the right is another staircase that leads up. And just peeking your head around that corner, you can see it goes up for quite a bit. This hallway is strewn with old pieces of timber and wood, sort of splintered and rotten, scattered all over the place. To the east is a single door, and to the west, it appears to open to a 10 by 10 foot room, but there is a pervasive mist and fog that permeates throughout that room.
She'll whisper to the boys, should we check out what's up the top of the stairs there, just in case, or listen at that door? The light coming off me would have alerted anything to our presence by now that's in that bigger room, but I'm a little bit out of my depth here.
Why don't you go see what's at the top of the stairs, and we'll take a look and a listen down here.
She will do that, and Shad will go listen at this door over yonder.
Is there anything odd that they can hear or see about the mist?
Not from this point, no. It seems to be concealing the area fairly well, but you can still tell the shape of the room. It seems odd that there's mist at all, for sure.
Well, that's it. Yeah, does it look like a normal sea mist, or is there some kind of spookiness about it?
It looks like a sea mist, for sure.
Okay.
Tulok will detect magic on just in the hallway here, moving towards the mist slightly.
Yeah, you absolutely detect magic, for sure. Shad can hear rummaging and movement on the other side of that door.
Okay, and what was up the stairs, Lady Gilda?
It was the workshop like I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that's what I was figuring.
Yeah, the secret one that you found where Borbo's body was.
This mist at the end of the hall. It appears to be magic, maybe. I get an emanation.
I'll go in first. I do have a little bit of protection against negative energy, which appears to be what most of this place is. So she squeezes past Tulok and Physic and into the 10-foot room.
Physic will be drawing and arming a crossbow.
As you step into the room, the mist seems to thicken around you, and it particularly around you starts to almost solidify, and this intensely dense moisture forms all around you, and you can spot this tentacled creature right in front of you. You barely spot it until you were there, with a singular unblinking eye, and these tentacles writhe and start to reach out towards you as you feel like it's trying to hold you in place with this mist. And I'm going to need you to roll a reflex save, and we're going to all roll for initiative.
Ooh, shit.
What is the reflex save against?
The solidifying mist around you.
That's a 12. She's not very dexterous.
You are immobilized. You cannot move from your spot.
Perfect.
As this mist solidifies and pins you down.
Boys, there appears to be an issue here.
Let's get some initiatives going. Let me just add you all to Le Tracker. Let's get Tulok's first.
All right. Tulok will be, if you give me your blessing, rolling with stealth as he was avoiding notice.
Mm-hmm.
And that is going to be a 3 on the die for an 11. Wow.
Brutal.
You know what? Actually, I'm going to use a hero point and re-roll that.
Really? Okay.
I've got 3. Fuck it.
Oh, yeah. Use them up.
17.
Nice. Okay. Physic, get yours.
That's a 24 from Physic.
Physic loves initiative. Let's do Shad next.
Shad is a 16.
16, okay. And finally, let's get immobilized Lady Gilda.
Please be a big number. 21.
Nice. Not too bad. Okay. Let's begin. Top of round 1 with Physic. You can barely see past Tulok and Lady Gilda, let alone in the room.
Okay, can't see what's going on at all, just that something's going on.
Yeah.
Well, shit. How about delay?
Okay, you're gonna hold your action for now. Sounds good. Lady Gilda, what would you like to do?
First action will be a recall knowledge on this creature, please.
Okay, it's going to be Arcana or Nature.
Oh, fuck. It's gotta be Arcana.
Okay. Sorry, I gotta roll that.
Yes, you do.
Not a clue.
That sounds about right. There is some sort of mist holding me back. It's preventing me from moving. Second action, she will raise her shield.
Mm-hmm.
And third action, she's going to give it a shot. She's going to punch with the disrupting hand wraps of mighty blows and hope that this thing is undead.
While within this misty emanation, everything is concealed. So I will need you to roll me a DC 5 flat check or 20% miss chance.
Okay.
You can see this tentacle creature, but just barely.
It's a natural 20.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. You can try to land your blow. What do you got?
That is a 24.
That'll hit.
And that is 14 points of bludgeoning damage. And if it is undead, that is another 2 points of, I don't remember what kind of damage, but it's disrupting.
Yeah. It is, does not appear to be affected by that portion.
Okay. Did she, how did it feel when she struck it?
Like, kinda squishy? Wet and squishy.
I don't know if I'm hurting this thing, but if you guys could come in, it would be mighty helpful, I think. And that's her.
I just punched a tentacled rubber sponge that's wet. And you can see it sort of move away from you. And the mist, other than around you, starts to fade a little bit, but then reinvigorates again. And it's really thick all throughout this, and you are still immobilized until you can get out of this emanation, if you will, or if you succeed on an escape check.
Okay.
And it will then lash a tentacle out at you from this distance for a 24 to hit.
That will be a hit.
You're going to take 12 bludgeoning damage.
Oof.
Okay, I'm going to shield block and take 4.
Okay. And it lashes out another for 17.
Miss.
Jesus.
Tulok, you're up.
So if Tulok strides forward towards the room, can he see the creature?
You can see it, but again, it's concealed, so you'll still have to roll concealment check. And as soon as you step into that emanation, it becomes difficult terrain.
Okay. Tulok reaches towards one of these planks on the ground and hurls, using telekinetic projectile, one of these large chunks of wood at it.
Okay.
Alright, so, what is the roll?
DC 5 flat check.
So, DC, okay. Got it.
No D100s in this game.
No D100s. Who? Meet to beat with a 5.
Nice. Okay.
Nice.
And that is a 20 to hit.
That is a meet to beat as well.
Ooh.
Nice.
Just barely scraping by, baby. 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. You give it a good whack.
And that is the end of his turn.
Okay. It's going to be Shad's turn now, unless Physic wants to jump in here.
Yeah, Physic's going to take his now. Basically, he's just going to step forward, draw his alchemist tools, and create a thunderstone with his last infused reagent.
Okay. And is that your whole turn?
That's a turn, baby.
Okay. Shad, way at the other end of the hall.
Yeah, Shad is going to stride up to the group with his first action. Second action, draw his hand crossbow, and third action, reload.
Okay. And Lady Gilda, it's you again.
What is the check to break out of the immobilized
It
condition?
is athletics, acrobatics, or unarmed strike, whichever you want.
I'm going to go with an athletics, please. Does this have the flurry trait or anything like that?
What's the flurry trait?
It means I can't try it more than once around.
Oh, a flourish. No.
Okay.
But it has the, I believe it has the attack trait, so it does count for multiple attack penalty.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
That is a 21 athletics.
That will break you free.
Second action, she will take a 5 foot. She will take a stride action closer to this being because it's difficult
Yes.
terrain.
Yes.
And that opens her up for an attack of opportunity if you'd like to take it.
It does not take it.
Second action will be a punch at map -4, and that is an 11, which is a miss.
Miss,
So that's her whole turn.
Okay. It's going to come back to this creature's turn, who is now going to move away from you to the south, and it is going to lash out at Tulok with its tentacle. Oh my god, for a 32 to hit.
Holy.
I am going to use my reaction for Retributive Strike. So you get a DR 2 plus your level, so 5 to this attack there, Tulok.
Okay.
Is that a crit, Tulok?
That is a crit.
Okay. So you'll take 5 less from 20 damage. Did not roll that great on that. So 15 damage. And then it spends its last action to grab you. You are now grabbed. This tentacle holding on to you.
So chill.
So chill. So you are immobilized and flat-footed. And it's your turn.
All right, so Tulok just takes this huge whack and just feels this tentacle wrapping around his rib cage, squeezing him tight. And he just lifts his arms and fires out 3 magic missiles directly at the creature. And
I love magic missile.
oh, it's so sick. Just like these purple beams just shoot across the room through the fog for 4 points of damage, 4 points of damage, and 3 points of damage. So a total of 11.
Okay, pretty sweet.
And then that is his turn.
Whew, doggy. That's not great. First action, draw a lesser healer potion. Second action, administer it to Tulok for 10 points of HP back.
Nice.
Thank you.
Third action, he's going to stride in the room next to Lady Gilda.
Okay.
Oh, that's difficult terrain, you said
It's
still?
difficult terrain. As soon as you enter Tulok's square, it's difficult terrain. All right, that's your turn.
That's the turn.
The mad support man, Shad, what do you got?
Shad, first action, stride into the room, stopping directly in front of Tulok. Second action, he's going to loose that hand crossbow. And he misses his flat check.
Brutes.
So the hand crossbow still technically goes off.
Mm-hmm.
In which case he will take another stride action. And that's Shad's turn.
Okay. So he's in the western side of the room now. Lady Gilda, you're up.
Gilda is going to stride to the corner, so she's again kind of between the thing and Tulok-ish, or the best she can do. I'm going to do another recall knowledge.
Okay.
Arcana, please. It really changes things if it's undead, you know?
Yeah, and bear in mind with the decision that the DC is rising.
I know, that's why I don't want to do it, but nobody else has done it, so...
Okay.
Because I can just auto-damage it with my lay on hands if this thing's undead.
Well, the original DC was 19.
Okay.
The second DC goes up to 21. You rolled a natural 20 with a +1 bonus, so you're a beat to beat.
Nice.
Which makes this a critical success.
Excellent.
It is a mist stalker. This is an amphibious water elemental. And it is about to constrict Tulok. You know that.
Okay.
If you don't bring it down. It can see through its own mist with perfect clarity. And it can continue solidifying that mist around the room and individuals. In addition, it can do both. So yeah, that's pretty much everything to know. It speaks Aquan and no other language.
Okay. Can I know if it's undead?
It's not undead.
Okay. Does it have any damage resistance?
It does not. It does have various immunities that are usually attached to elementals like bleed, paralyze, poison, and sleep.
Okay, but her punches are doing full damage. And would she know how to break the constrict?
You can basically go over to Tulok and attempt the escape check, I think. Or you can aid it in particular. I think aiding it's going to make more sense.
All right. She's not going to do that, but she will tell the rest of the party. This thing's going to crush Tulok in a second here. We really need to get him out of it. I'll try and keep it distracted. Since she's already used 2 of her actions, she's not going to use a third to just step to then wait a whole round to try and get Tulok out of here. So
yeah,
that will be a punch.
Punch.
That is a 15.
It's going to be a miss, regardless of flat check.
Okay, I'm going to use my hero point.
Okay.
That is a 23.
That'll hit.
And an 18 on the flat check.
Perfect. Give me your damage.
7 points of bludgeoning.
Okay, 7 bludgeoning. You can't tell how battered it is because it's so hard to pin it down for detail. But it is going to, first thing, constrict. Basic fortitude save from you, please, Tulok.
Yeesh, 12.
Not going to do it. You take 12 bludgeoning damage as it squeezes you. And then this creature is going to move to the north next to Physic and solidify the mist again around Lady Gilda. Roll me a reflex save, please.
Reflex save, you say. That is a 16.
No dice. You are immobilized again.
Yeah, that sounds right. Sorry, what did it do with its second action?
It moved away. It moved to the north. So constricted.
It hasn't moved on my map.
Okay. Yeah, it's by the northern door.
Okay,
And then solidified the mist around you again.
Okay, cool.
Tulok, you're up.
All right, Tulok is going to attempt to break out of this grip using an acrobatics check, and that is a 24.
Ooh.
That, I'm pretty sure will do it. Let me just... yes, that'll do it.
Nice.
All right, so he just wrenches out of the grip and is standing on the ground, and the tentacles slithering away, and he raises his arms and casts another telekinetic projectile, flinging another one of these boards at the creature. And the flat check is going to be a 2.
Miss.
So he misses with this board.
This thing is
clatters off the
harrying
wall.
you like nothing else. Okay, but at least you're free. Physic, what do you got?
Oh, so I can only assume Lady Gilda and Tulok are looking pretty rough right now.
Oh, I'm fine.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Tulok's not great, but everyone else is fine, yeah.
I'm just immobilized.
Okay, so I'm going to throwing the Thunderstone. That is 20 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit. And that's where I do my fortitude save.
Yes.
Okay. Fortitude 21.
Gross.
Wah,
Okay,
wah.
so if that's the case, you're not going to be deafened, that's for sure.
Okay, that's a 21 from Shad and a 19 from Gilda as well.
I don't think they have to roll fortitude saves. So Thunderstone, you it explodes an impact. It deals illicit damage and sonic splash damage to each creature within 10 feet of the space in which the stone exploded. Each creature must succeed the DC Fortitude. Oh, okay.
Oh, with 10 feet, that is bigger. Yep.
Yeah.
That's everybody. So everybody needs to make a fortitude save, or they're deaf until the next turn, but everybody takes however much splash damage as well.
Oh, even Tulok, eh?
Even Tulok.
That's a 10 for Tulok.
Oh, no.
So Tulok's deaf until the end of your next turn.
Okay, yeah. So everyone, and you're going to take 1 sonic damage, it looks like. Tulok.
Is it 1?
2. It's 2 Sonic Splash.
Okay.
Moderate, yeah.
So it goes off like a flashbang, and Tulok's just got like the wee
Yeah.
in his ear.
So you can still see, your ears are like going off, yeah.
Shout out tinnitus.
But everyone else rolled good fortitude, so they're unaffected. And this creature takes half damage. What was the damage on that? Takes 4.
Yeah.
Anything else for your physic? You moved and you threw?
Yep. Then for the third action, I
Final
sure would
action to apologize.
Yep. Just by giving Tulok a little tickle with the healer's gloves. I don't think I've used those yet.
No, you haven't. That's like a once a day thing, right?
Yeah, you're gonna like this because it's 2d6 plus 7 back. I should have rolled that before I said that. So you'll get 13 HP back.
Ooh, nice.
Not too bad. Okay, now it's Shad's turn.
Shad is gonna map, and strike out with his rapier for his first actual action. That is an 11 to hit.
That's a miss.
Okay. His next action will be to attempt a demoralize against this creature.
Okay. That's against I always forget. Is it will DC? Yes, will DC.
That is a 16.
No dice.
Okay.
Ain't afraid of silly little Shad.
Last action will be then map -5 is rapier again. That is a critical fail.
Miss.
Damn.
Yell, miss. Lady Gilda, can you save the day?
I don't know, man. This creature is not is doing exactly what I need creatures to not do for me to be effective, and that's move away.
They're really messing with me. I love it.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's really forcing me to think outside of the box since I have almost zero range capabilities. It's really interesting, and I like that. My character has that disadvantage, but I guess I need to fix it sooner rather than later. That is a 21 to break out.
That'll do it.
That is a 5-foot stride. And that will be a strike with the hand wraps and a map -4 for an 18.
That's a miss.
Okay, that's her.
This creature is going to... Wow, I've got a perfect line of targets here. Who should I attack?
You set him up, you knock him down.
I think, given the sonic damage, it's going to go for physic. Tentacle attack. 30 to hit.
That'll do it.
I'm going to use my retributive strike.
Oh, baby.
So you'll have a +5 on this DR on this attack physic.
And you're within reach, so you can make a melee strike against it. Order of operations, that's going to kick in.
Good thing, though, it's a critical fail.
Oh,
Oh, buddy.
never mind.
Yikes.
Okay, you take 22, so -5, so 17 bludgeoning damage, physic. It spends its next action grabbing you, and then it's going to constrict all in one go.
Holy fuck.
Fortitude save, please.
17.
No dice. You take another 7 damage.
Okie dokie.
Squeezes you. Trying to squeeze the life out of you. Dulak, you're deafened. What does that mean for you in casting?
I looked it up, and I think he's okay.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just the auditory.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I'm actually pretty good to go.
So any spells that have verbal components will have the auditory trait, I think, to some degree.
No, verbal doesn't have the auditory trait. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, does it not? Okay.
Yeah, you must be able to speak.
Okay. Cool.
All right, so Tulok is just going to... He is right next to Physic, so he's going to attempt to help him break out. That is a 13 acrobatics check.
Okay, and that's basically you're trying to... Were you trying
Like
to aid
wrench him
there,
free?
Or you're trying to wrench him free. Oh, yeah, that won't work. No dice.
Okay, no problem. And then he's just going to dip back in the old well and try to fire another piece of wood at this guy. And that is going to be a 16 on the flat check. And a 27 to hit.
Yep.
For 11 points of damage, bludgeoning.
And you smash this thing with this piece of wood, and it starts, like, tentacles start to, like, wriggle and go crazy, and then let go of Physic, and it falls to the ground in this splash of water, and the mist totally dissipates from the entire room. And you've defeated the Miststalker.
Nice. Whew.
Well done.
That gave us quite the run for our money, to be honest. I mean, I know that no one really got hurt that bad, but, like, it was putting down some damage.
Yeah, just a pain in the ass being in such a small room with something with so much reach where it seemed to just be able to fuck people up all over the place.
You could almost see how this creature could be more dangerous in a larger space.
Oh, yeah.
Because it had reach, right?
It was definitely cool how it was, forcing Lady Gilda to take that extra action in order to move, because basically she couldn't raise her shield if she wanted to attack.
Yeah. Sometimes taking 2 extra actions to escape and then move.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, and I used a lot of my reactions for retributive strike, so I couldn't even raise my shield if it decided to attack me afterwards.
Such a great opportunity to use that, though. But now that the mist dissipates, you see this room is just starkly empty. 10 by 10 feet. It's sort of like the corners are not. They're, I don't know how you describe that. They're like some more hexagonal.
Just having gotten constricted and still out of breath, Physic's just going to look up like,
well, who wants calamari?
Oh, boy.
The creature is completely gone, though. Like, you don't see it at all. It has vanished. But as you take a look at this room, it's stark and barren. You now see that there is a door to the north and a door to the south. The southern door, you can see the faintest green glow coming from underneath, and that's what we're going to call it. Stemming the Tide is an actual play podcast of the Adventure Path Abomination Vaults and is produced by the Uncharted North Network. Stemming the Tide uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc., used under Paizo's community use policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. Stemming the Tide is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. Music is composed by Will Savino and artwork by Greyhood. Stemming the Tide is recorded remotely using Foundry Virtual Tabletop. If you wish to connect with us or support this project and projects to come, we can be found at unchartednorth.ca, patreon.com/unchartednorth, and on all major social media platforms. Links to all credits can be found in the episode description and our website. Thanks for tuning in.